Ahoi, dalmatians, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds 2. We are doing some more side missions, and we are continuing with Tristan. Tristan is done. Ines is done. I think Niles more or less also. But let's check real quick. Hi, Lucy! Exactly. Tristan weapon now deals plasma damage, shocks damage. Let's do shocking. Aza. Bleed. Oh, nice. She looks cool, by the way. And as soon as we're done with all the companion missions, then I will talk to everybody here. I hope you're well too. I'm okay. Sega, thank you so much for the stream streak. Oh wait, fuck, I didn't click the right one. Whenever you spend gadget energy in combat mirrors or companion ability charges. Five more levels, that means 10 more points that we can spend. I think hacking now already has one in. So I can put 9 here and then I will put one more into speech because sometimes speech is like 11. If we even make it to 30. I think we will, though.
Let us make our way to Central Control forthwith.
Why would the Supreme Arbiter have met with the
Let's go! Hey, hell, let's go! Na 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 na. Oh yeah, we've already been there. We've already killed everything here. That was where I was like, where the fuck am I? And what do I need to do here until I saw Tristan's icon? I was like, ah, okay. That was here. We also weren't able to do this here. Maybe we can do that afterwards.
Smells like paint and
agitated duck?
that elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in working order. I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in.
I believe I can touch the sky. Da, 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 da.
The terminal's locked, which is no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass.
Something rumbles on the floor nearby. It will appear this has unlocked something.
Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may unlock the terminal, but the toggle mechanism appears compromised. I shall hold it. You attempt to gain access to the machine. You must finish.
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message, and thus I can assume you already know my intent. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking my hand in boiling oil. Yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10 scores of Arcadia's finest, at least 10 scores, died in defense of Golden Ridge. And does the region lie in our control? No. We fled like sprats, all at Varric's behest. I shall lower myself to work with you, Consul. I will help you uphold your plan to... Hold... What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear?
I cannot believe what I heard. I cannot.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Because I think I understand what was actually happening. My mentor hated the consul and was deeply devoted to the sovereign. She'd never speak thus, unless she was trying to lure the consul into a trap.
Those unable to accept the truth do often invent their own.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely an intricate play. It's all that makes sense.
Tristan.
Don't Tristan me! Just because the situation looks dire doesn't mean... Wait, do you hear that?
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly to the Protectorate's justice for your manifold transgressions.
She's cute.
Are you insane? Who are you? And on whose authority do you claim to judge me?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions. This is already going to be difficult enough.
Didn't realize the consul had arbiters in his pocket too.
It's logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over central control. It stands to reason the few arbiters still trained here would only be Sentinels in armored regalia.
I cannot deny that central control has changed, but... what am I saying? I need not defend myself from the likes of you.
Enough! This has been an unpleasant day and my patience is gone. Your accusations are baseless and accosting a higher-ranked arbiter is grounds for arbitration.
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aims, and of hampering the Protectorate war effort.
Bye, Millie. Take care. Those are a lot of accusations to throw around. Let's all come down and discuss.
There's no discussion to be had with criminals. I needed to see firsthand that Arbiter Rao had abandoned his station. He has, and must meet my judgment.
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken.
Tristan, can't you see she's just following your duty like you are?
At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you showed me that the law may be interpreted. Clemency can be granted where before it would be unthinkable. Here my sense of duty clamors to be answered. But as much as it surprises me to admit it, I think you're correct. To this recruit, I've diverged from the path of righteousness. Slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right would be a farce of justice.
So if I find some way to change your mind, you wouldn't kill her?
I would not. But I know the reality of swaying an arbiter from their chosen path. It's likely this situation may devolve into violence regardless.
What is this insanity? I would never imagine an arbiter balking from their chosen course. I had hoped Arbiter Rao would come to his senses, but obviously to no avail. I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
Tristan spared a sentinel bent on arresting him. Does it seem like a traitor to you?
He was simply doing his duty, just as you or I must every day. Killing him would have been wrong, even though attempting to arrest me was a criminal act.
That's even worse than I thought. You chose not to do your duty, and expect telling me so would soften my decision to judge you?
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice. And I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did. What you intend to do. Is this moral? Is this right?
You don't even have to answer. I can tell that you know this isn't just.
But it is of no consequence. I must... Architect's mercy. I'm just not sure.
You face an inherent logical fallacy. All you can do here is follow your heart.
There's no protocol for following one's heart in the Protectorate. I still do not know what to do, but perhaps that is the point. Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judging Tristan would only rob the Protectorate of another of its servants. It seems I must reflect on this matter.
Glad that we've got that
It
resolved.
would appear we're in agreement. Neither of us shall raise a hand against the other. I'm pleased.
Wasn't expecting such a mature resolution from our little arbiter. I'm impressed. And not even in a backhanded compliment sort of way.
So, what course of action do we take now?
Tristan, any words of wisdom you can impart?
It's important for an arbiter to use their forebrain. Next time you encounter something as strange as a loyal arbiter diverging from the path of righteousness, investigate. You may find more questions than answers. But deciphering them and interpreting justice as best we can is how we might serve Arcadia.
Order the
Uphold
food, thank you.
justice in my way. I'll attempt to remember that, Arbiter Rao. Thank you.
Glory to the Protectorate, Junior Arbiter. Make me proud.
Thank you.
I'm pleased we were able to resolve that altercation peaceably. Robbing Arcadia of an enthusiastic recruit would have given me little joy.
Appreciate you using your forebrain for a change.
You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded me just a little of myself as a lad.
It's hard to imagine you as a bright-eyed recruit.
I assure you, I was once there. Any arbiter of note must build their character on a foundation of enthusiasm. All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Together, we can discover exactly what transpired.
You know you're lying to yourself. These excuses of yours are unbecoming of an arbiter.
Have you lived all your life within the Protectorate? No. What do you know about what makes an arbiter? I refuse to question the Supreme Arbiter, just as I refuse to cast every belief I hold dear into the mud. Push me no more. Virgil will know what to make of this. Together we'll figure out what to do. I'll message him when we return to the ship. Hopefully he shall respond. Quickly.
Okay. Sorry, buddy. Pushed him a little bit too much. Pushed his buttons. And now he's angry. Doesn't want to talk about it. Okay. Then let's go to the incognito. And normally this should trigger this new mission, right? Wait to hear from Virgil. Oh, do we really have to wait? Okay. I mean, not really a problem, then...
Once we find Virgil, he and I shall
Then let's continue with Endpoints End and Marisol. Job application, live my entire life in the Protectorate. Okay, you're promoted to Arbiter. You got the job. You got the job. You get the job and you got the job. I think Asa is fun, but she doesn't fit into my playstyle. Where? Here. Intermatrix Mercy!
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. Tend to be injured.
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten history.
We've been here quite often. You get the job, and you get the job, and you get the job, and you get the job. Wait, how do I get in? Okay, this is only party. We came to party. I think this I think by far the Order is the prettiest places in this game here.
Oh, I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now.
There were 2 Anchorites in there earlier. I only see one body.
They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing Anchorite knows something, at least. We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing Anchorite got off to.
I mean, I know that we can go in here. They couldn't open. Ah, this is not open. Okay. I see.
We should keep looking.
Blunt force trauma to the head, puddle of blood nearby.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
The startup had references to the research at Winter's Grasp.
I saw that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old Order research station.
Did you see what was posted? Looked like some kind of super dense logic puzzle manifesto.
A disputation of current Order methodology. Focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the Laureate Council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the Order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly. Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloistermate Anchoress Brunn has some explaining to do.
Have you drawn any conclusions from all of this?
I don't know what happened to Anchoress Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious, and the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the Order.
Sounds like it's going to be difficult to destroy Anais' research.
Oh, we're past that, I'm afraid. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
What do you mean, annihilate the idea?
This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
Back to the ship!
Time to seek out that old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the
Eden
coordinates
again.
on Eden. Place by the name of Point Obviation.
You're going left and right. Left, right, left, right. Couldn't fast travel from here, yeah. I remember. Oh shit. I forgot how we got out. This was a little bit annoying. What, here? No. Hi, time consumer. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're good. Yes, like this. Mm-hmm. Took me a little bit, but we're out. Whee! 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 Time consumer, thank you so much for Stream Chico 5. How are you doing? Hope you're great. We saved them! Oh, a new traveling point. We haven't been there yet. Interesting. Interesting! We've only been to Paradise Island. Take me down to the Paradise City. Da, 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 the girls are pretty. Da, 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 da.
Commander, I have news. I finally heard back from Virgil. His message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the consul's eyes scanning his message, but I believe it to refer to the Arbiter training facility located on Paradise Island.
Any idea why he would choose to meet there?
Parts of the location can only be accessed by Arbiters. He likely did so to avoid the consul's spies. There's a certain hominess to it, inasmuch as we have any particular home. Bringing our findings to Virgil will hopefully allow us to deduce something from all that we found. I only hope it dispels some of the muddiness we've encountered so far. Further complications would be most disagreeable.
Oh no, you have the flu. And everybody's sick lately. That sucks. Sorry to hear, buddy. Sorry to hear. Not fun.
Halt! Abide! Cease any and all manner of Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The end point?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Ancrus Brunn straight away.
Maybe if you call off your guard dog first.
Apologies. One can never be too careful while launching important undertakings. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Oh, thank you, time consumer. Maybe I can distract you a little bit. I will try to.
Ancrus Brunn is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
I'm with Marisol. Given the security here, if we don't tread lightly, leaving peacefully might not be an option later.
Is that Marisol?
The endpoint herself. I thought she was a myth.
Let's be on our best behavior. Don't even breathe. This experiment seems a mite...
We are breathing! How dare you!
Both in a physical and mathematical sense.
Your job is intimidation. Not
How dare they breathe?
Anchoress knows what she's doing.
Unbelievable.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
I love that they all think that she's on their side, and in reality she's like, hi, I'm here to destroy everything. And they're like, oh my god, the endpoint.
Yeah.
They're all fangirling. La 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 la. Federico.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado.
Federico.
Yeah, with a facility this impressive, I'm interested to see the work that warranted its construction.
I really do like the name Celestial, by the way. It's a very pretty name. Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let's read all of that. Maybe it gives me information for the dialogue. GMTA, what does it mean?
Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped me prove my argument that pacifism always presents the best options. I admit I have modified that opinion slightly since then. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file.
Great minds think alike.
Impressive
Oh, I see.
work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Re-enlist? What are you talking about? Restarting Marisol's department?
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
Your hammer that you're carrying reminds me of my paladin used in World of Warcraft. Nice! Yeah, it's a big bunker. Why choose such a remote location?
The facility was originally utilized in experiments by the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, so it's highly appropriate for the vital work we're doing here. The Exemplar told me of it during her visits to the anchor hold, and shared research from Sia Bujold. It convinced me to leave my seclusion, which I did not undertake lightly. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researchers' theories.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
How long has Sia Bujal been working here?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
Hi, Bob Black Mage. I hope you're doing good besides that. Hope you do get better soon. Take good care. She's just downstairs.
Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate. We'll speak further after you check over Sia Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
Confront follow up with Sia Bujold. What did Anna? I think Anna is probably also trying to do all that from the inside.
Predict preparations will take. Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Thereupon we will begin. Head Intercessor Delgado. What an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into
she's
disaster.
already
Can I
sabotaging it from the inside.
time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again?
Do whatever you need.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful, so I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
Remind me again what's at stake and no, what exactly does muck with entail?
All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the second floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Another day, another wind.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Path to ascendancy is non-linear.
La,
So it says in the textbook.
The question is, do I get in problems when I kill them? We going up, 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 going up, 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 going up, 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 on fire.
1, 2, 3, 5, 8.
Got some bad company.
Remember how I mentioned to be careful. Everything's ruined.
Oh, okay. So we do need to be careful. I see. That's what I thought. The question is, can I stealthily kill them or also no bueno?
That is the sound of science going exceptionally well.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
Oh, shit.
Unforeseen factors!
Okay. Shit. How will I do that?
Anyone else hear that? No? Oh, just me then, I see.
weird looking rock. Okay, we need stuff here. Ah. Macro is starting. Your changes here should have some effect on the experimenters, so...
But that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
Ah! It was really fucking close, my god. Hi Drew, how are you? Thank you so much for the stream streak of 50. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. How you doing?
Something wrong back there? Hello?
I'm scared. Flow is less than 500 gallons per minute. Test results will be entirely skewed. Less than 500. Okay. Do not alter. Ideal setting 400. $300. Okay, but where do I see how much it is? I don't know what I did. There's also no way for me to see that, is it? I mean, 300, 400, so 700, but I don't know how much that one is. Also don't see a sticker anyway. Anywhere. But from the logic of it...
Hard to get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms.
I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't really know how to handle that one. I think I fucked this one. Please note that if it's necessary to temporarily interrupt the stream, use the fail-safe switch in the room and not the one on the ventilation shaft, because if something goes wrong, it's more difficult to detect if the one in the vent has been thrown. Okay. The one in the vent. Okay. I think I did it. I'm not sure. Oh, how are you doing?
May all solutions precede problems.
If you're done, evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber. The experiment will then begin. Commendable effort scrambling those settings.
Did it work? Did it work? See, Bourgeois, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun, but she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
This is going to involve math, isn't it?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortion.
Dude, I can't do
You mean one
math.
of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
None of that sounds particularly easy.
A brain-off against an order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
What are the potential drawbacks to a logic bomb?
Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness
have
is
that.
required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist, and the other option would remain if we botch it.
Let's convince Anchoress Brun she's an utter failure, but try to leave her alive.
Thank you for listening. That's a relief.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different. From the person others believe me to be.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet.
This is my first brain off. Any advice?
Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchoress realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely.
I'll try my best.
Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit
A
expected
Doctor
results.
Who feel? I've never watched Doctor Who.
And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
I would like to eat some Fanta cake right now. I would really like to have that.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
So she said we should be kind of unhinged. I don't think the universe was supposed to be that color. It looked hungover.
What? Are you all right? Did you hit your head coming up here? I mean, what is that supposed to mean? It couldn't. Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
The equipment you're using is hopelessly out of date.
I assure you it is not. Grace was personally responsible for its selection after advisement by our team. Everything is modeled after top-order labs. What else concerned you?
Since when did order scientists believe in cutting corners? I thought you were meticulous.
Solving the universal equation demands considerable thoroughness, but also requires all possible efficiency. Though, that said, it's true that we must guard against skimping unduly, to any extent that might introduce error. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Anchor's Chow doubted your plans. Her final words claimed you had been swayed by flattery.
I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, there could be little doubt in its logic and rectitude. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
Are you sure? Because our predictions imply both are inevitable if you pursue this.
Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this.
Shit,
Everything
14.
we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
You think it's brilliant because you failed to grasp all of its intrinsic errors.
That's both incorrect and rather mean. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure.
You're grasping. The foundation of everything you've been doing here is unsound.
Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
Sure.
There's a critical flaw in Seer Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, The information itself may scale correctly, but
Too much
fail
science
to
talk for my little
interrelate.
brain.
That is an interesting thought puzzle. As humorous as it is inapplicable, I remain unswayed.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now. Head for the hatch.
What was that?
I want to try that again. Hiya, Bernd. How you doing?
There you... Perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Wait.
I think I had made a problem here.
Really? In what way?
Let's try this one.
Did Seer Bourgeois fail to explain? Using her theorem, we can map the position and path of every atom in a simulated universe, then extrapolate that to solve the equation. This was just a start. Such models, it simply needs to be revised and refined. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. Oh, is that all? Because I think I've had enough. That's both there was some variance to the input. Oh, come, what? I fear that...
If I may, there's time. I'm through the...
This has been...
We tried.
What was that?
How can I... Do I need to get the science or the speech check right? Because if so, I can't do that.
There you... Perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered... What? Wait. Not sure what gave you that impression, but I guarantee they are a hand-picked group of top-order scientists. What else concerns you? Solve it, though. It simply needs to be revised. No, I'm starting to believe you're just needlessly... Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes, but we'll improve. Oh, is one of you a seer now? Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here, that's both the experiment data... There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but... Oh, come. I fear this was a...
If I may, there's a time. I'm through the frame.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate, this has been a...
We tried.
You know what?
You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
Nothing, but I don't want to talk to you anymore. Where is the hatch? I tried, man. Not my problem anymore. I tried. Didn't want to do that, but I needed to.
Fellow scholars of the Order, a tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in Test Chamber Beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to Test Chamber
I
Alpha.
tried.
As you know, it had been recently refurbished as an enclosure for Ankaris Brun. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science. As the experiment was a colossal failure, I, as senior scientist remaining, have determined we must abandon this inquiry and shut down the program immediately. Oh, such a terrible shame. Farewell.
Bye-bye. I tried. I couldn't. I really tried. I tried. Didn't want yourself to get it talked out of it.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Ankaris Brun falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
This is your first workplace accident and you're feeling guilty about it. I see.
Don't try to lay the responsibility for this on me. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith, but I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me.
You discovered a great deal of falsified data in the underlying research.
Fascinating. You know, I reviewed that work myself, right? I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you.
So you see far more than the Anchoress then. You realize she's smarter than you, yes?
Are you done? I know you're to blame. I just wanted to see how far you were gonna take this. Fellow exemplar...
I tried!
Take the heat off you, Commander. Let me in! Help me out! Knew you had my back.
Stun weapon ready.
Apparatus empty.
I tried.
Huh?
Mobilizing.
Always try to be so nice, and they always make it difficult for me.
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Associate assassinated! Advance!
Narrowing the gap to my... Let's not...
Do try to limit...
But alas, it's not taking the fight out of them. Commander!
Defensive scientism.
I really tried, guys. That was not me. No, it doesn't sound so convincing when you say I tried and everyone can clearly hear the satisfaction of failing underlining it. Not true. Not true. Right, Marisol? I tried. Yeah. What can I do?
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order.
Right.
Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Say, I know this was difficult and rather a mess, but you listened. You tried to do right before you did what you must. I appreciate it, the attempt. No matter how that may sound.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais. Goodbye.
Guess we'll never know what happened to Anchoress Chow, huh?
Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me.
You doing alright after Alma?
Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
Seer Bourgeois sure was something. Hope you didn't take any of her harsher comments to heart.
Nah. Okay, so that's Marisol done. Then let's do it again with Tristan.
Commander, I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
Don't know. You stuck thinking about what happened to Anchor Brown?
A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchoress Brun. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line.
I would bet Exemplar Southward's reaction is the farthest thing from your mind.
Well, I wouldn't bet against you there. Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead.
At least we won't have to worry about the universe ending now, for that reason, that is.
I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain-off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely.
Now that some time has passed, how are you feeling about how you left things with Anais?
She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you.
You do seem different. You've been beaming since we left Point Observation.
It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander. Yes, dear? Anything on your mind? May all...
Hi, Lucy! Marisol gains a shield whenever she spends gadget energy. Marisol pistol now extends the duration of hostile effects. Oh yeah. Okay, then let's go with Tristan. Take me down to the Paradise City. I will forever and always sing that song. What would you do without me? Because it feels so empty without me. Now, this looks like a job for me, so everybody, just follow me. Oh my god, I'm getting tired. Here. A rendezvous with Arcadia.
It's silent as a tomb. I hope we aren't too late. Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the training grounds depths. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind the door next to those stairs.
I don't think I've been here yet. Or at least very unlikely.
Arbiter Nebs, the words are a song to my ears. This, no doubt, is the opportunity I have long awaited. These hapless recruits arrived just before the invasion. No sooner had they set down their bags than their instructors were called to the warfront. I read the fear, the uncertainty in their faces. And I knew, as this outpost's primary practice target replacement technician, I alone could teach them. They see me as their leader, their arbiter. I will not fail. Should the invasion breach our defenses, I will stand proudly at the vanguard, shoot to kill, and lead them to victory.
Yeah. Dee 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 dee. Very dark and gloomy in here. Aww. Let's spread plushie.
Tristan! It's a relief to see his friendly face. Do come up.
I don't think he likes us.
Yeah. Virgil! Oh, thank the architect I found you intact. We visited the Supreme Arbiter's office in Central Control and found something...
He's a traitor.
Impossible.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered?
Sounds like you know something we don't.
Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan, then I can see I've no choice but to confess. Hold. Do you hear movement?
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you low. Do not resist.
Damnation! I knew the Sentinels were looking for me, but I did not expect they would come to this place. We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our turrets from this location, but you must engage the Sentinels head-on to prevent our being overwhelmed. Go now!
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die.
At your word, our commander hangs from a
Those fools were but an expeditionary force. I've no doubt the bulk of their number remains on the surface. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a surprise for our would-be assailants. Then I shall flank them as you engage them.
Hold. You were beginning to say something before we were ambushed. I would care to hear it.
We cannot have this conversation until we are safe. Engage those on the surface and I shall join you. Go now.
Drug addiction. You used the inhaler so much you've become reliant. Individual users are no longer as potent, but you've built up tolerance from the overuse. Sure, why not? Maybe I will regret that. But my toxicity really goes up very easily.
Those fools! Protectorate subjects should know better than to attack a Protectorate Arbiter. I had no choice but to judge them as traitors to the Protectorate. Why would they simply open fire? Why wouldn't they attempt to conversate?
They thought you were a traitor.
Then they should have reported me to their superiors rather than attempting to exact justice themselves. I shall continue to answer slights of this nature through violence, but hopefully I shall not need to do this more than a few times.
Oh my god. I am your butterfly. I need your protection, be my samurai.
I shall not.
Mitigating the capacitor.
Prepare for absolution.
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Consul is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. Do you sincerely have a need for me to spell it out before you'll face the truth? Very well then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
Let's...
I don't believe this. The Consul must have captured you and sent you to mental refreshment. It's the only...
Open your eyes, Rao. Those Sentinels were here with due cause. The elimination of a murderer. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments?
You called her pledging her support to the Consul, so you executed her.
I did what I thought was just.
No. You lied to me?
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath?
Try to calm down. You need to think rationally about our next course of action.
You're right. You're right. I can't let emotion get the better of me. This is not the first time we've encountered the paradoxical nature of Protectorate law. Each time we did, you convinced me to stay my hand, and I do not regret those I spared. Our prior conclusions inform my present feelings. I theoretically understand what Virgil did, for there was no proper decision he could make. But I cannot view this objectively. Virgil killed our mentor. It's madness. I cannot simply let that stand. Can I?
The fact you're hesitating here means you know executing Virgil is wrong.
My hesitation is more reflective of a weakness of character. One does not hesitate in the Protectorate. One acts. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
How many unlawful things have you done in the last week that turned out to be just?
Each encounter we have experienced together has left me torn. And this circumstance is more extreme than all others combined. But the law is clear on this. It is explicitly illegal for an inferior to execute their superior. The issue must be accelerated to a higher authority. But is addressing traitorism not the utmost priority of any arbiter? Is not the betrayal of everything we stand for more significant than a breach of protocol?
Well, is there anything else he could have done? Any alternative?
No. And even if there was, maybe this was right. We must think for ourselves if Arcadia is to survive. I cannot bring myself to execute my sworn brother.
Menial laborers need to stick together, I always say.
There's nothing menial about... Oh, forget it. I know not what to make of the Supreme Arbiter's betrayal. I'll have to ruminate on it for some time. But that aside, I forgive you, Virgil. You are spared.
Wise choice. You'll sleep better tonight, I swear. And every other, forevermore.
I don't know what to say. I just wish there had been some other option.
You did something unfathomably difficult, and you did it in the name of justice.
That's all well and good, but it shan't undo my actions or bring anyone back. I must live with that. 1,000 words of thanks for meeting me here, Tristan. I know not what the future holds for us, but for the time being, I must make myself scarce. Though, before I go, a parting gift. May Tristan make use of it better than I.
Go with the Sovereign's blessing, brother. And be careful. If you survive today only to be brought low by an agent of the Consul at a later point, I shall be most annoyed. Commander, this has all been draining. I need time to process what we've learned today. What I've done. Later, I hope we might discuss it.
Sure, but first let me loot, buddy. I do like that the companion missions don't fuck up your reputation with the faction they're from. Because that would be really annoying. Nice. Debrief about Virgil.
Commander, I've had some time to process what transpired with Virgil. Despite the manner of what Virgil has done, I cannot help but be glad I did not need to slay him. I can only hope he does not run afoul of further sentinels. I still have much doubt about my path, but I don't believe Protectorate law is as ironclad as I once thought.
I never thought I would see the day.
Having good intentions does not spare you. Doing what you think is right does not spare you. This cannot be justice. Yet what can I do? More than 100 years of Protectorate society cannot be changed by a lone body. Can it?
All you can do is try to uphold justice, actual justice, not to protect the rights ideal.
But how? I see. I must follow my own path, my own sense of right and wrong. I can only hope it has been cultivated properly. I shall remain with the Protectorate, interpreting its laws through a moral instead of a punitive lens. Innocent until proven guilty is a novel concept, but it is worth a try.
How do you feel about all of this?
A drunken, disorderly subject once struck my faceplate with an electrical pitchball stick, resulting in a concussion. My head pounds worse now, but my heart feels lighter. When we began traveling together, I was not sure what to make of you. But your input throughout our time together has been invaluable. I deeply appreciate your hand in this investigation, Commander, and in entertaining my incertitude. Let us move forth to free Arcadia from injustice.
Yay! Whee! Tristan's gauntlet gains a flamethrower attachment. Ooh. Flamethrower. Okay, let me check something real quick. So Niles is 2, Valerie is 2, Ines is 2, Tristan is 2, Marisol is 2, Aza is only 1. So Aza should be the last companion where I need to do something now. Right? Stabbing at shadows. We still have so many things to do. Okay, but before we continue, let's make a short cut here to everybody who's currently watching this on YouTube as a video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's part of the Outer Worlds 2. And if you would like to, we do see each other on the next part of it. Move on!